And I think, well, that's great. I don't mind. So this is Sprouts.
This is Sprout Social. This is your main. So you can create different accounts. Obviously, I have a basic account for the company and for our personal networks, because once you have we're kind of almost an agency, so our personal networks are important for the business and the other way around. And anyway, we're kind of a group of people who appreciate each other. So basically, I have my personal Twitter, Oxford Girl Geek Dinners, Barcamp Nonprofits, Owen, who's our intern, Voice fan page, and I'm not adding Google Readers, but you can add location services or whatever else. I'll just quickly show you. Yeah, you have LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Google Analytics, but you can also add location services. And then you have reporting area here. You have messages where you manage your conversation, basically. So what I like about this tool is that it approaches your usability of social media based on what you want to do. This is talking to people. So I see who's talking to me, I see who's talking to Owen, and I can just untick everything here. And quite quickly, I can see only the conversations to me. Yeah? The same with keywords. I can I can just see, in one page, I can see all the keywords I'm interested in, or untick them, and it's very clean. I can include send messages, unsend messages, and so on. I can add myself tasks. I can look at only sent messages. I can have alerts, and I can archive my messages as well. So every tweet has various options in here, just like on Hootsuite. Now this is quite interesting, because this is where you have your feeds. So if you have 10 presences added, you can choose what you read from Twitter or Facebook. So I can go to Girl Geek Dinners, because we're planning an event in August, and I can see what people around that event or Twitter account are doing. Again, I can have my Google RSS reader in here, and I can look at the blog posts if I want to catch up with these people's blog posts if I add them to my Google Reader. Yeah, so this is quite neat. I can schedule tweets. It's not a good practice, but if by any chance you happen to need scheduling, I think scheduling is very good in here. What they also do, what I like the company for, they give you recommendations. So they do a lot of analysis of the data that comes through their network, through their tools, and they come up with recommendations for every time zone, what time it's kind of suggested to be more effective. Obviously, you take it on board or not. So you can do this. And discovery is something I really like, because here you can look at contact management. So you can look at people who follow you on a certain account. So let's say Presley Sylvia. Yeah, these are people who follow me, and I can then follow them, add them to the list. People I talked to, people who mentioned me. And it's very clean. You can have a smart search setup as well. I think design-wise, it's very good for teamwork, because everything is in one place. It takes less time to find it. You don't have multiple columns. So it's all clean. You can also take notes on different contacts for your team. So if there are 2 or 3 people working on the same account, they can make a note that Michael, for example, runs Hangouts, and if we have any questions, we can go to him. And the reporting area is really simple, but it combines everything you need. When you do, let's look at customizing the report, and as you can see, you do it within a minute. I'm just going to look at my own account, or for example, Girl Geek Dinners, because I was recently working on it. I can generate a report. There's going to be limited data because it's here you can see we're looking 15 days, 30 days. Let's look at 3 months, or you can set up the data. You can export it to PDF and CSV, so it's quite nicely customizable. You have the top, and you can also somewhere, you look whether it's Twitter or Facebook, okay. And then you have the trend, so you can see nothing was happening, and then suddenly we have more activities and more retweets, and you can measure your own performance quite easily. But what I think is more effective, the best in it, is that you can have a clean view. If you have multiple accounts, you can have a clean view of one, or you can see them all in one place, and then you can look for keywords in the same place too. So basically what I do in the morning, I just open my Sprout Social and everything is here. Yeah, so that's it really. There's much more into it if you kind of dig in, but it's very nice. And as a company, I don't think if I have it, do I have it somewhere in my home? Probably. They brief you on everything. They do webinars when you can talk to the team, you can write to them, you can, every time you tweet at them, they have a mobile application as well for both iOS and Android and iPad. So generally speaking, I think it's a company that thinks about what they deliver and what they do for the user.
I'd like to welcome Laurent. How are you?